guys, it's Katie here, and I hope you have prepared yourself for a massive innit book haul. Yes guys, there are going to be over 40 books mentioned in this video. I know, I will put my hand up and admit that I, Katie, have a book buying problem, but I'm just going to say that eBay and the works are completely to blame for the majority of the books mentioned in this haul. So if you want to go blame somebody, go and have a go at them. But yes, grab yourself a bag of popcorn, get some Coke or any other fizzy drink that you're into, and prepare yourself. I'm not going to go into a lot of what these books are about because I don't want it to be a really long video, so I'm just going to show you them and say a little bit about them. The first book I'm going to show you is Mercy by Rebecca Lim. I actually have read this book before, but like a couple of years ago. This is a book that is about angels. I don't really remember the story of this one, so when I saw this in the works for really cheap, I thought I'm going to get that to jolt my memory and to also have my own copy. This is the first book that is in the series as well, so I might purchase the other books after I read that one. And then I've got Etiquette Espionage, and this is by Gail Carriger. I have seen this book around, but I'm not sure what I'm going to think about this book because it's not the sort of storyline that I'm into, but it's about a school that is all about etiquette, and this girl has to go there because she needs to become more ladylike or something like that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to think about it, but hopefully I do like that one. Then I was really excited to find this one, and that is Walking Disaster by Jamie Maguire. And I do own Beautiful Disaster. I know I haven't read it. I know a lot of you want me to reread that because I know you say, yeah, you will like that book. But now that I've got this, it's no excuse to not read that one. Poison Heart by S.B. Hayes. I actually have not seen this book before, but I really love the cover to that. Isn't that a really gorgeous cover? That is the first thing that drew my attention to it. I don't really care what the story is about, I just love that cover. And then these next two books were only £1. I can honestly not believe that. And that's these books. I had The Ask and the Answer, Monsters of Men, and these are books 2 and 3 in the Knife of Never Letting Go series by Patrick Ness. And I do own the Knife of Never Letting Go, and now I have the complete set. So I'm looking forward to starting this series at some point in my life. Dead Beautiful by Yvonne Wood, and it's a really sort of eerie / beautiful cover. Like, she is really beautiful there, stood there, but it's really green, like it's green of envy, and the storyline actually sounds really good about this one, so I'm super excited about this. Then we got the first two books in the Touch series, and this is by Laurie Faria Stolars. Lovely name there, darling. And I have Deadly Little Secret and Deadly Little Lies. These are really awesome covers, and I have heard about this series, but it's not like a big sort of series, but it does sound really good, so I'm looking forward to beginning these two. Then I've got Fall of Night, which is the latest book in the Morgan Moore Vampire series. I know I haven't read this series yet, but I have heard really good things about it, and a lot of people have been telling me to read that series, so I thought, while seeing this in the works for really cheap, I might get that and start reading the series pretty soon, because it is a series about vampires and I love vampires. And then I got The Lost Prince by Julie Kagawa. This is a book that's in the Iron Face series, and I now got to complete my Iron Face set, which are all here. So glad that I have all of those now. Then I got Sweet Shadows by Tara Lynn Childs, and this is actually the second book after Sweet Venom, which is shown there. And this book actually sounds really good because it's like based on like Greek mythology, and I love things about Greeks, and it just does sound really good, so I'm really really looking forward to that, but I have to get Sweet Venom first before reading this one. And then I got the other three books that are in the Ugly series by Scott Westfeld for really really cheap, and that is Extras, Specials and Pretties. So I'm now happy that I have the complete set of this, and I have had mixed thoughts about this series, but I am looking forward to it all the same. Then I got the Scorch Trials, and this is by James Dashner. I do own the Maze Runner, but I don't own the other books, but I managed to find this for just £1 in the workshop, so I'm going to hopefully collect the rest of them pretty soon to begin that series. Then I got Incubus, and this is by Carol Goodman. This book sounds really good, and I thoroughly love the cover to this book. Hunting Lila by Sarah Alderson. And this book does sound really good, and it sounds like a really great YA sort of thriller read. And then I got High Society and Perfect Scoundrels, which are obviously in the High Society series by Ali Carter, and I have heard really good things about this series, but I managed to find these for really cheap, and I'm looking forward to beginning this series soon. Then I got a classic which will surprise a lot of you, or probably all of you, and that is Tess of the D'Urbervilles. And I do have other classics that match this sort of book, and I think I really love this sort of version of the classic. It's really good, but this classic actually sounds really good, and I will most probably read this at some point to enjoy and indulge it, because it does sound awesome. Then we got the Book of Blood and Shadow, and I love the cover to this book. It's really good, but this book, like, after reading the synopsis, I'm just like, what the hell is going to happen with this book? So much is going on. Then I got The Temptation, and this is by Elisa Valdez, who knows, but I love the cover to this book. This book sounds so good, and I'm just looking forward to reading this. I might actually read this pretty soon, because it just sounds like a book that I know I'm going to love. Then I got Arcadia Awakens, and this is by Kai Maya. I absolutely love the cover to this book. I love that cat there. Oh my gosh, it just looks so good. I love the cover. It just is so beautiful. So who cares what the story is about when it's all about the cover in it. Then I got Sister Missing by Sophie Mackenzie. I do own the first book, which is Girl Missing. I haven't read it yet, but I have read a book by Sophie Mackenzie before, and it was really good. So I managed to get this from a seller on eBay for really cheaps in hardcover as well. So super proud that I got that. Then I got If I Should Die by Amy Plum. The works did not have the second book. I'm so annoyed they didn't have the second book. Otherwise, I will probably begin the series pretty soon, because I really would want to read the series soon. But this is the third book. But nonetheless, this book was really cheap from the works, so I'm super proud that I managed to get this for only a couple of quid. The Ghosting of Gods by Cricket Baker. This book actually sounds really good. It's really dark, sort of haunting cover there, and I'm looking so much to this book. Once, which is an Eve novel, and this is by Anna Carey. I need to get the book Eve, but now that I have this, because I managed to get this for really cheap, I might just get Eve so I can begin this, because this actually does sound really good and something that I know I would enjoy. Then I got Ink Exchange, and this is by Melissa Marr, and I have actually read this book before. I've read like the first 3 books in this series, but that was so many years ago when they first came out, so I might just purchase the series again. I know I've heard really mixed things about this series, but I did actually kind of like it, because it's all about fairies and stuff, and it was actually kind of good, so I might just get the first book again and begin reading this series at some point. And I was so super happy that I managed to get this great deal from a seller on eBay, but I now own all the books that are in this series, which is the Strange Angels series, and this is by Lily St. Crow. I have the book Strange Angels, then I've got Jealousy, Betrayals, Defiance, and Reckoning. Those are the books there. Super happy that I have those, and I got them for a really great price. These next 3 are actually arcs that I got, and the first one is Severed Heads, Broken Hearts, and this is by Robin Schneider. And this book actually sounds really good. It's those sort of book that I would really enjoy. It does sound good, and it sounds like it's going to be a really beautifully written sort of book. And then I got Linked by Imogen Howson. This also sounds really good, full of mystery, a really great sort of YA thriller book. And then I got Rule, and this is by Jay Crownova. and this book is a new adult novel and it sounds really, really great. Lastly, I'm going to move on to my review copies. The first one I'm going to show you is this one, and that is The Skull in the Wood by Sandra Greaves. And this book does sound really, really good. Not sure what I'm going to think about it. It says here, in Old Scratch Wood, cousins Matt and Tilda find a buried skull, and from that moment black things begin to happen. Birds and animals go bad, and there's talk of the return of an ancient curse. From Macmillan, I managed to get Mystic, which is a Soul Seekers book, which is book number 3. I do own the second book, Echo, which I do need to read, but now I have this book, I really, really want to continue with that series because I do really love Alison Noel's other series, the Evermore series. And I got Tidal by Amanda Hocking from Macmillan as well, which is in the Wake series, and I absolutely loved Wake so much, and I need to continue on with that series now. And then I got Elegy as well, which is also in the series. And the final review copy I'm going to show you is Teardrop by Lauren Kate. This book is one of my most anticipated reads for this year. The cover, let alone, is absolutely gorgeous. It does sound really, really good as well, and I have read Lauren Kate's other books, the Fallen series, so I hope that I'm going to really, really enjoy this book. So thank you so much to all of the publishers for sending me your review copies. As always, I am eternally grateful. So there you have it. That is the end of this massive book haul. I know there were so many books, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, Katie, you have a problem, but you know what, I'm just going to turn around and be like, you know, I don't care, I just love books. You can see there are books around me that are surrounding me. They make me feel safe. I love coming into my book cupboard. It feels so great every time I come in here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you have. Let me know if you have read any of these books, or if you really, really want any of these books, in the comment box below. Check them all out on Goodreads. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a big enough description about them all. This video would be like an hour long if I did that, so I'm sorry about that, but I hope you have enjoyed it regardless. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!